Some of y'all not gonna like what I have to say about this latest episode of Real Housewives of New York. So I might as well go ahead and get it out the way right now. All right. But some folks are claiming to be black or black adjacent when it's most beneficial. That's very problematic to me. Okay. Very, 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 very problematic to me. All right. And we can get into it. You may like it, you may not, but it is what it is. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective. And today I'm coming at you with another review for these crazy women up in New York. Okay, Real Housewives of New York. This is their reunion special. Part go. Let's get into this mess. So we're coming back on the heels of Jessel being lied to. All right. Literally, Erin and Sai are lying in this girl's face, saying that they never implied that Pavid was potentially being unfaithful to Jessel. Erin finally, I mean, like just barely, okay, just barely said that, oh, I just felt like it was a little bit odd that your husband is going to Vietnam. That's the only thing that I was saying. That is not the only thing that you were saying, Erin. They both so that I can keep my cool. I'm not gonna go off. Okay. I'm gonna try not to go off. But the way that Erin and Sai were lying and playing in Jessel's face, and Jessel, come on, here, sit down, sit down. All right. Jessel, the way these women rode you, okay? They talked about your family. They talked about your relationships. They talked about your marriage. They talked about you they nitpicked every piece of you. And you mean to tell me that you have the nerve to still be hanging out with them and apologizing to them heifers on this stage? I knew you was gonna do this, but Jessel, I'm not about to play with you, Jessel. I am not about to I'm not about to play with you. Okay? I no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. I think part of yeah, I'm so upset with Jessel. I'm like, girl, why are you apologizing? You're doing entirely too much apologizing on this stage when these girls are literally lying to you in your face. Like we don't have beautiful bean footage seeing this. And then I find out y'all still hanging out together. Girl, why? Why? Please help me understand. Anyway, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on because I'm just getting very upset. Actually, let me go back. Let me go back. I got to go back. The whole situation with Jessel trying to relate to Erin about, bringing up her alcoholic uncle. I think we fail to realize that sometimes there are family members that show up in our lives that are just as parental as your mother and father. For me, it was my grandmother, my uncle as well. So I think that we're forgetting that the the out what do you call it, the familial structure, that's not the nucleus of the family, the mom, dad, you know what I mean, mom, dad, sister, brother, the extended family is what I'm trying to say. Those, depending on the family, can be just as influential as a parental figure, as your actual mother and father. And I think that them diminishing that is also just another form of abuse. Jessel experienced so much abuse with these women, and she's sitting here on this stage apologizing, and it pisses me off. We talk about Erin. Erin brings up, she really wanted to get to know Jessel, understand her life, and she felt like she was not being honest with her or the rest of the group about where her being growing up and not being honest about privilege. And I'm thinking to myself, Erin, Why are you policing this? Weren't you at the Met Gala or at some fancy place with all of these celebrities? Why are you concerned with Jessel and how she grew up and her not admitting to being having money? And honestly, being on WIC, living in Section 8 doesn't necessarily not living in Section 8 and not living off of WIC or whatever or receiving food stamps doesn't mean that you didn't struggle either. Maybe her parents worked several jobs to help so that they can, because this is the land of opportunity, depending on who you are, right? Maybe this was an opportunity for them to work 3 and 4 jobs so that they could save for Jessel to go to college. Okay? It is quite possible for her to still be struggling but not have a lot of money. I'm sorry, to be struggling but not have had to have a Sai or a Brynn lifestyle or background. It is very real. And I am so blown at the person who had the silver spoon in their mouth. I'm trying to figure out why she is so hard pressed to get Jessel to admit that she actually was living in a privileged life. Privileged life. I don't understand. Somebody plead. The way that I wanted to choke these girls, I was so annoyed. I was so angry. I had to stop. I had to like, oh, so okay, I can't. I'm not about. Bitch, I cannot. What, bitch? Girl, the fuck. The whole time, I was like, the fuck, the fuck, bitch. The whole time, I was like, help me, Jesus, help me, cause the way girl, you not about to tell me my motherfucking life, okay? Who is she? Who is you? Who are you to tell me, right? They had the right one. I feel like they had the right woman because had they been talking to somebody else, would have gotten gathered. Yeah, when I tell you gathered, you would have gotten gathered. Okay, yeah, I'm not. Jessel, I don't even, girl, hush. I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm sick and tired of you. All right. I'm tired of these hoes and I'm tired of you too. All right. I'm sick of them. We get to Sai and her horrid behavior. So literally, Sai just started crying about her mother. I was
Me or not, or she likes me or not. Right is right, and
unbothered. Just okay, are we gonna move on to something else? Child, I got on my phone. I started texting my homegirl. I was looking on Instagram, baby. I do not give a damn. I don't care about nothing that you're talking about. Grab Jenna's therapist business card and get the fuck on. I don't care. I do not care. All right. And all the apologies that she gave, again, more of the same. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. But it was more of a I apologize. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nothing else I got to say. I got bad behavior. What the fuck you gonna do about it? I just apologize. Shut up. That's literally Sai this entire time, and nobody held her feet to the fire. And I'm so sick of her. That raggedy bitch. They ask about how David and Sai met. Quiet as it's kept. The people in my comments, I don't think she gave me permission, so I'm not gonna put all her business out or put out her name or anything like that. But she said that Sai was a side chick because David was married. That's what the people say. That's not what I say. That's what the people say. Sai says that they met while they were out of town somewhere, and David was basically cruising, trying to pick up any old body that he could, and Sai was the one that fell for it because I guess he insulted her well or whatever. That girl backwards as hell. It got real awkward when Andy was asking Sai about David and his retirement and the money that he made from selling his company. It got real awkward. She acted like she didn't want to talk about all that. She acted like she didn't want to go there. It was very awkward. And I was looking at Andy like, why are you not pressing? Because she has no problem yelling at Jessel, trying to get her to open up and tell her business. But when it's time to talk about hers, she tight-lipped. Girl, if you don't, Brynn's package. All right, Brynn and her package. So they talk a little bit about Brynn's father and how she was reunited with him and how she pretty much stayed with him up until the day that he passed away. And one of the viewers asked Brynn about her embracing her being African American. First of all, I know that person wasn't I know that person wasn't black because we don't really refer to ourselves as African American. Not like that. Okay. Not like that, like that. So she says that she feels like she's embraced it because she can feel it now. She feels it. She grew up in Indiana. She was the only biracial child there. Her grandmother raised her. Her grandmother is white. Her mother was white. Her dad was black. And, her grandmother didn't really know what to do with her hair. And so she took her to a black salon and they took care of her hair for her. She said that she was called the N word at some point, growing up, and she looked very different. I would say the only way that we can tell that you potentially have a little bit of African mixed in you, dear, is when we wet your hair. That's literally the only time. But, sweetheart, you are a white woman, okay? You may be biracial, but you present white. There is no way on this earth, on this planet, that somebody who shows up in the way that Brynn shows up can tell me that they're black. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that. You're not. You may be biracial, you may have black lineage, but you are not black. Because my experience in this world is totally different. Because, sweetheart, you get to put it on when you feel like it. Somebody asks you who you are, you may say you black, you may not. And here's where I know that, Brynn, you're only black when it's convenient for you, because in your confessional during the show, you refer to black people, black women, as they. When someone says they, when someone uses the noun they, that is in third person. That is in, you are on the outside, that person is over there, okay? They over there. You are not included. I is not included in the they. All right? You do not consider yourself a black woman. There is no way that you can tell me that you do. You may have responded in that way when Andy asked you, but you are not. You are not a black woman. She is not a black woman. She is a biracial woman, but she is not a black woman. She is not. My experience on this planet, my experience as a black woman, undeniably, unambiguously black, is not the same. We are not the same. Okay. I have more of an experience than like Ubah does. My experience is the same as Ubah. But Brynn, no ma'am. And I was highly offended that you said you felt black. I can feel it. I can feel it. Like it's some sort of essence that you put on, right? Hmm. Yeah. Smell black in the air. I think I'll be black. Like, no, girl, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Not at all. And bringing up the fact that she's part Irish and black. See, that's why I don't fool with her. That's why I don't fool with her. That's why I don't do her. You mean to tell me that the only time that you acknowledge blackness, or the time that you do proudly say that you are black, is when you're threatening someone? Girl, what was that supposed to do? What was that supposed to do? Where were you supposed to go with that? What were we supposed to do with this information? I'm part black and Irish. Girl, don't nobody give a fuck about that. You still can get your ass beat. You can still get your ass beat across the stage. What is you talking about? What the fuck that got to do with anything? You're It's giving black when it's beneficial. All right. On from this conversation, because I don't want to. I'm done with talking about this. I don't want to talk about this no anymore. But Andy, some of the viewers ask about the situation with the angry black woman, and I know I've seen Sai have Afro Latina on her IG page in her bio. Sai is not Afro Latina. I really need you guys to understand. When your skin is dark like this, that is when you can say Afro whatever. Like Amara La Negra from Love and Hip Hop, if anybody ever watches that, she is a melanated woman, okay? Melanin. When you are a melanated person, that is when you associate Afro, whatever the suffix is, okay? Afro is the prefix, then you can add on your suffix. This is not, you are, Sai is not Afro Latina. She is not. She is not. And I know she knows she's not, because when Andy asked about the angry black woman, right? She said, I'm going to refer to Ubah on this. Exactly. Because you do not have the same lived experience. So there is no way that you can fix your mouth to talk about and say that you identify with this particular group of people, but you do not understand their lived experience. You are not. You are not, dear love. You are not, dear heart. I understand it's cool when it's cool to say it, right? It's cool. It's cool because I like within the last couple years, it's blown up, right? It's cool to say that, right? Black people are fucking cool, but dear, there is a whole lot more that comes with being black, and y'all understand that. You understand this. The fact that Brynn was ashamed to admit that she was black for a very long time lets me know that y'all understand that there is a caste system here in this country. Y'all understand that, right? And the furthest away from black you can say that you are is beneficial to you. And then in the moments when it is beneficial, then you can be like, oh, I'm Afro Latina. Oh, I'm biracial. Oh, I am a proud black woman. But you're talking about them as they. Girl, get away from me. Y'all not we are not the same. We are not the same. We are booze. We are not the same. You may be biracial. You might be biracial, but you're not black. You may be Latina. That's an amalgamation of all indigenous, black, European. But you are not black, boo. Your experiences, we are not the same. All right. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. All right, Erin and Brynn and their effed up relationship. It's just, I'm with Ubah. I was laughing. Ubah was like, "Oh my god, please get somebody give me a bucket so I can throw up." That's how I felt. I feel like Brynn is going to kiss the girl's ass as much as she can for the people who she has respect for. And for some odd reason, I feel like she respects Jenna, Erin, Sai. But Jessel and Ubah, she don't really too much. She don't think that they carry weight. So I was with Ubah. Erin says that Brynn bringing up the whole divorce at her party was just out of line. But again, Erin, if you maybe if you solid in your relationship, why the hell do you or why are you concerned about Brynn bringing up divorce? If you solid, then they say that how the hell you don't know about WAP? She says, I was just joking. No, the fuck you weren't. You didn't know what WAP was. And she says, I don't have dry ass pee. Listen, all the sex talk me and my husband do. No, girl, your man. We've already talked about this, girl, but you not proving nothing. You still have not proven not a thing, dear, not a thing. Okay. Then we get to PhoneGate situation with PhoneGate. We find out that Erin actually had Ubah's phone for more than 45 minutes. We also find out that Erin had her phone overnight. We also find out that Erin never texted Jessel to tell her that she had Ubah's phone. I said, "Oh, bitch. Now I see why. Now I see why Ubah was getting upset." Now, I still feel like she should have never gotten in Erin's face and snatched her glasses. I feel like she was absolutely wrong still in that moment. But now I understand why she's getting upset, because first of all, she probably got nudes in her phone and she don't want that shit to be leaked, right? Okay. She also is trying to has no idea, did I leave my phone? Does somebody else have it? What is going on? And they're playing jokes, and she doesn't. And she had it for more than 45 minutes. It sounded like she had it for overnight. Is what it sounded like to me. And I honestly, I'm siding with Jessel, because Jessel was the only person who felt like she didn't overreact. Again, I don't think that she should have put her hands on Erin I don't think she should have grabbed Erin's glasses, and that's literally all she did. She grabbed Erin's glasses off her face. Still very much wrong, but that's literally all she did. She didn't grab Erin, she didn't push Erin, she didn't punch the girl, she didn't slap her, she didn't none of that. She grabbed the glasses. Still very much wrong, but the way that Erin handled it, don't grab me. She did not grab you, she grabbed the glasses. Wrong, but we could see the language that Erin was trying, the thing that Erin was trying to imply. I am going to say this and I'm going to move on. Ubah is upset because she is not able to react or overreact in whatever way she wants because you all are automatically afraid of her. Ubah can't even come into a room and tell y'all, please give me the heads up if you're going to have cameras in your home because I didn't know. She can't even say that without you all thinking she's being aggressive. She can't open her mouth. Now, Sai can yell and scream and be aggressive and carry on, and nobody bats an eye. Ubah gets aggressive, says, yells, screams, all this stuff. Oh my God, Ubah, maybe you should warn us before you get upset. Maybe you should just count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Ubah, oh my God, you're overreacting. Oh my God, Ubah, you're overreacting. But Sai can yell, scream, and carry on. Brynn can carry on and do whatever the hell she want to do. Erin can carry on and do whatever the hell she want to do. But let Ubah say something, then she's overreacting. The problem is because you white women and you white adjacent women are literally policing her behavior, and you all get the same. Y'all are all able to cut up and act a donkey in any kind of way. But Ubah, let her get out of the lane, or scare you, or have you clutching your pearls, and you just can't take it anymore. This is the crux of the issue. Period. This is the crux of the conversation. That's literally what's going on. You all do not afford Ubah the same freedom to emotionally to emote and to express herself in the same way that the rest of you heifers do. And that's just that on that. About why we finally get to the part why the girls didn't want Jenna to be on the show. They thought she wasn't going to fit in. In all honesty, now that I've seen this reunion, I really just thought that I like Jenna. She's very peaceful and she's very calming, but I just we need more. We need somebody who's going to have a backbone. When you get into arguments with these girls, I need you to put up a fight with these girls. Or any of the women on the show. You need to be prepared to get into those verbal altercations and those tongue lashings because that's a part of the show. And I don't think Jenna is equipped for it. And I'm kind of just like, oh my God, Jenna, please have a backbone. Erin, Sai, Jessel, they all hung out, I guess, before the show started. They all thought that Jenna wasn't going to fit in. On the reunion, they started trying to backpedal. Oh my God, Jenna, you're just amazing. We didn't know if you're gonna be a wild card. We just assumed, we didn't know. Blah 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 blah. Like, y'all kissing Jenna ass right now. Y'all kissing her ass, and I'm not here for it. And honestly, just being honest, I really don't think that Jenna should be. I think she could be a friend of the show, maybe, but I just don't think that Jenna should continue. I just can't stand watching her crumble when I know that she can literally go back and forth with these women. I know she can. She just doesn't. And I don't like that. And then it just looks like she's getting trampled. The same way Jessel, we can't have two women that's just going to let them we just can't have two women on the show that are going to allow these Sai and Erin and Brynn to trample over them and you don't say anything. That was the end. It was more of the same, y'all. Really just more of the same. I really wanted this episode to be done. We did not need a part 2. I was so ready to be done watching this episode. I was over it. I just was over it, y'all. Let's wrap this shit up and move on. Okay? Yeah. That's how I feel, y'all. Please, let's wrap this shit up and just get the hell on because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm gonna watch again. I'm gonna watch again when the season comes back around. But I do think that they're gonna need to make some changes. I do. I do. I do. All right, those are my thoughts. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you have to say. I really want to hear what you got to say. All right, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, share my video, and